Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. How are you guys? Welcome to your July reading. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now because, bruh, how is it July? Right? So we're going to take a look at what to expect money, love, career throughout the month of July. I'll dive into some oracle cards. We'll do some tarot. We'll get some channeled messages and see what's coming for you in July. Okay, so sit back, relax. I'm gonna do my thing. My name is Anna. Welcome to my channel. I'm a very proud Leo. We put our paws up top here because who is better than us? Just kidding. But seriously. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, guys, and let's see what kind of energy we're going to be dealing with for the month of July. Take what resonates for you. Leave the parts that don't. Feel free to invite your Leo friends. Share this out. Don't forget to like it and subscribe if you're not new here. Okay. All right, let's see. For the month of June, yes, your bonus, like one of the blessings coming toward you is focus. This is going to be a lot of you taking stock and refocusing. I feel like many of you are going to get very focused on what you're up to in the month of July. I feel like there's something that you want to grow or something that you're interested in doing. I'm getting travel really heavily, but planning for travel that might happen later in the year. So we're talking like November and December. I'm picking up a strong Sagittarius energy. Some of you are really going to be working on, this sounds really silly, but like your third eye, like getting really clear about messages. Maybe even channeling or being able to see things. I'm also picking up some like remote viewing type of vibes, okay? So this is one of the beautiful blessings and things that you're going to be focused on. I want to find what's a challenge for you this month. What might be a challenge for my babies, please? The Lady of Lightning, surprises, shock, paradigm shift. So while you're doing this work, it feels like also a challenge for you might be actually shifting and making a transition. I feel like, as I'm even saying this, I feel like what's going to happen for you is that you're working on removing some sort of blockage. Many of you might feel like you're disconnected from spirit or blocked somehow from spirit. And there's this energy of like feeling like you want this paradigm shift, but there's something that you haven't been able to recognize or see yet. And this is going to be one of your big themes in July. Now, also with this card, there could be some sort of unexpected news, unexpected challenges that happen. You might even feel a little bit powerless about this, or there's something that takes a sudden direction, like a different direction, okay? So maybe while you're having this deep focus on yourself, on your spiritual aspect in the month of July, something causes you to need to engage in something else. This card also is a reminder of like not being in resistance to things and relaxing and waiting for the storm to pass. You know, sometimes we just get so triggered by things that all we want to do is react and handle things. And maybe July is more of a month for you to allow other people to handle things. And also there may be a bit of a storm when it comes to like change in your life in July. But the beautiful thing about the storm is that it's ushering in a blessing. It kind of feels a little bit like a final boss month. Like there'll be some difficulties, but I think too, the blessing here is the focus, that you'll be able to keep your focus throughout whatever's happening. This could actually be a huge blessing in disguise in the month of July, which I love for you guys. You know, and sometimes blessing in disguise, they don't happen in like amazing, awesome, positive, beautiful ways. Sometimes a blessing in disguise happens in ways that we don't really like very much, okay? So there is that. Let's take a look what else is coming your way. Okay. What else do we have here for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Show me what else is coming Leo's way in the month of July, please. That's it. Okay, so we have confidence. You may be gaining a certain amount of confidence here. I almost wanted to say, you know, be careful too of, I keep getting this message around like Icarus and flying very close to the sun, okay? And remembering what you're doing things for. So maybe that might come up for you in July, but I do feel like you'll be very confident. You also have the forgiveness card here. If I can get that in focus. You also have forgiveness here. So there may be a relationship that you're mending in the month of July with somebody. And maybe that will have something to do with you restoring your confidence too, okay? We also have inspiration. So this is kind of like an Ace of Wands card. You might be finding inspiration. Or feeling very inspired and focused in the month of July, which I like. So for those of you who have been feeling a little bit down, not a lot of energy, maybe you're getting some more inspiration and that's kind of turning around for you in July, okay? So let me stick these over here. I'm gonna get a couple here on money and career and see what's going on there, but then we're gonna probably jump into tarot after a few minutes here. I didn't want to spend too much time in the oracle, guys. I feel like every time I say I don't want to go too long, my readings become longer and longer. So let's take a look and see what's going on here with money, love, career. Money, love, career. Okay, you have authority. Your career is in the process of an upgrade. Love this for you guys. So you could see an upgrade in your career, meaning many of you might change positions. Maybe you get offered something different, or you get like, you know, a financial kickback. It says there's an opportunity for you to become an authority in your field of work. Be the leader you wish that you had. Love that for you. So maybe some of you are also getting some type of schooling to become that authority as well. I get an award. I get like a recognition or an award too. We have skills. Investing in your skills is a great way to generate money. You can provide services using your expertise to build a stable income. So for some of you, I feel like you may be working on additional skills, gaining skills. Maybe you're graduating a program, or you're just realizing now that you can take a skill that you have and you can create another whole income off of it. I mean, it happens all the time. I'm doing what I'm doing here. I have the skill to read the cards. And so this gets me exposure that brings me, you know, with those little bit of ads, I make a few bucks every month. And trust me, when I say a few bucks, I literally mean a few bucks. All right. And then we have clever. Working smart gets the work done. Focus on the basics to get better solutions. Sometimes you just need to keep it simple. So a lot of you are going to be working on ways. And I feel like you could use AI. Maybe you're using some types of apps or programs that will help you to work smarter, not work harder in the month of July. So you're focusing on like keeping it simple and getting real solutions, or helping people have real solutions to their problems, okay? Because, you know, if you look too, it's interesting that that even came up, because if you look, a lot of people will talk about that on YouTube, about like keeping it simple and providing solutions for people in order to like make successful channels or sell things or whatever it is that you're up to. Like think about what problem you can solve for people. So maybe you're really focused on that. Some of you may be really focused on like what a side hustle looks like for you in the month of July. Okay, let's get a couple more cards here. If y'all saw Petunia, I just got a call. Look at this girl. She's right there. She's getting it. She like, oh shit, this pillow about to get it. This pillow about to get it. Yeah, girl, we caught you. Sometimes she like grabs the corner of the pillow and she starts sucking on it. I'm like, ew, that's kind of nasty. All right, so we have the money path. Hell yeah, cha-ching. I mean, I'm a Leo. I love this. Here comes Sachi. It says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. There may be some sort of channel or something happening here, like you're getting messages, or you're being led to something that's creating this new path or channel for you, or you're finally kind of on this road here. I feel like it's there, and maybe that focus is about really removing the blocks that have been keeping you from seeing the path that you need to go to get to where you want to be, okay? Because let's keep it real. All of us are trying to be on the come up, because honestly, shit ain't getting cheaper. Okay, it ain't getting cheaper. We have the ladder, climbing towards success. Yes, July is very much about climbing toward your success, your financial success. I feel like finances are going to be good for you. I actually feel this is kind of a two-part message, and that the ladder with the money path is like you designing this path for you. Maybe you're coming up with a plan. I feel like you could be writing this down or doing some research, creating some sort of, document or spreadsheet to help you on a financially like growing path. So working toward that, but I feel like your financial situation for many of you is going to be shifting in a very positive way in the month of July. And then we have the feather. I love this because it's already giving ancestral energy. It says someone you know is undependable and insecure though. So you may find this out. You may find out that somebody's just really flaky in your life, and it's time for you to maybe rethink the kind of relationship you want to have with this person. So you may need to kind of rely on yourself a little bit more. Be careful. I'm just saying, when we get messages like this, it's just to show us that we need to keep our eyes open a little bit more about a certain person or a particular situation, okay? So let me put these back real quick. And, I think I'm just going to jump right into the tarot. Actually, I'm not. Hold on. I was just dishonest with you right now. Where are my... Okay. Let's see what else we got real quick, and then I'm going to jump into the tarot. I just need 2 minutes. I just really felt my Kipper deck calling me from inside of my drawer. So let's give it a smack and see what we got going on here. Now, I know sometimes people wonder, why do you smack the deck? Why do you knock it? It's really to knock any energy out and kind of put my own inside of there. Okay, it kind of like is like a reset for the deck when you smack the cards. So that's why I do it, okay? I've been doing big clearings with my cards, like clearing every single card. So we have the Thief, and you know what I just got? Comparison is the thief of joy. So just remember, you may have this come up in July where you feel like you're comparing yourself to other people. Be careful with that, because honestly, we're all made individually awesome and fucking cool the way we're made. And so like when you start comparing yourself to other people, like where you're at and where they're at and how they're there and you're not there, it really takes away from your happiness, from your joy, and your want to do things for you. So I feel like it's just a message about being careful, okay? And also be careful, like we said with this feather card, an undependable and insecure person. There could be somebody who's trying to get stuff off of you. Just be aware that there could be a theft, okay? We have adjudication, so those of you going through some type of issue here legally, you may finally get some type of answer. After not having one, there may be finally some sort of ruling. Let's see. Okay, I have possibly a falling out with somebody. Somebody acting really immature toward you. It could be a friend. It could also be a parent, or a parent shows up, resurfaces here, and in not a good way, not in a positive way, or with some not so great news. So definitely look out for that. It doesn't have to be a parent. It could just be somebody very significant in your life, okay? but it's in reverse. So it's giving like a negative reason why this person has returned. Let's check out the adjudication. Is this something that's positive for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, please? Is it positive? Yeah, this is positive, 3 of Cups. So I feel like you're going to be celebrating whatever this is. Now, this could be some baby dada shit. This could be some baby mama shit. I don't know what the shit is. All right, but I feel like this is positive for you guys. You know, sometimes I like to find out if it's a good thing, if it's a bad thing, okay? I also want to say, I feel like some of you are getting things like evil eye protection and stuff like that. And if you're not, you might need to do that. I just feel like somebody's throwing some weird energy at you in July, and it has to do with that comparison thing. I feel like there could be a friend or somebody around you, like with this Thief card. If you're not the one doing the comparing, they're doing it to you, so they're giving off a lot of bad energy. You know, I tell my daughter this, I tell everybody this, I block a lot of people. I know that sounds crazy and shit, but like I block a lot of people because a lot of people are not supporting you. They're just trying to wait for you to fail. They're giving off really bad energy, talking shit about you, saying things, you know, like you really don't need that energy. It is really important. I think personally, you can take it with a grain of salt to protect your energy. If people aren't for you, a lot of times they're either neutral or they're totally against you. You know, like lately I go through my my friends list and stuff like that, and people that I see just watching my stuff that never have anything to say or are very weird about my stuff or things that I share or whatever, I just block them. I just block them because honestly, like, I'm not here for you to suck up my energy, okay? So I'm getting this vibe of like maybe this is something you're doing in July or you need to do, okay? Because it is actually important to like know kind of who's throwing some zhuzh at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go through my life not throwing zhuzh at people, you know? But there are not so many people like that, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of people out here thinking they're doing some powerful witchcraft and shit like that, not really understanding that everything you do comes back to you. You might see somebody who's been throwing some bad vibes, like with this adjudication and the celebrating, the 3 of Cups. You might see somebody who's been doing a lot of weird shit behind your back or saying weird things about you or being mean to you. You may see yourself get a little justice off this person, like their karma kind of bites them in the ass in front of your face, okay? Or it's coming back to them in a legal way. But yeah, I do feel like if there's been some stuff with you legally, this is something that you're going to be rejoicing about, okay? It's a win for you. All right, let's look overall money, love, career. We have the 10 of Wands. July is going to be one of those months where you learn how to stop dealing with people's shit and deal with your own and put it down, okay? 10 of Wands is very burdensome energy, but it's a 10, so it means we're getting to that point where we've been tired of carrying a lot of shit, a lot of drama, and we recognize what's ours to have and what's ours to not keep. So I feel like there's a heaviness that you're sort of letting go of in July, okay? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Moon, Page of Swords. Biggest challenge is the 6 of Swords, moving on from something. So there could be a circumstance or a person here that you're really dealing with, okay? I feel, and I'm going to say this, as I look at the 6 of Pentacles and these kind of things, I feel like you've tried your best to be non-reactive in a lot of situations, but it feels almost like someone kind of drives you or pushes you to that a lot of times. And I think this might be coming to a head in the month of July to where you say, look, I know it's going to be tough, but it's definitely time for me to move on from these energies, be they personal, be they between you and another person, okay? Starting out with the Knight of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles, you know, really reminds us about giving and receiving, and what we put out is the energy that we get back. And so if we're putting out this sort of crazy, you know, energy, some of that crazy energy is going to come back to us. So I think July for many of you will be about recognizing some of your own stuff and how you're reacting to the circumstances, or how you're reacting to the world. Okay, there's something here that again, like I talked about, learning, higher education, taking skills that you have with that Six of Pentacles and being able to support and help other people. I think you have a brilliant idea here that's going to help some of you with a side hustle, and you're going to go on and begin to teach people this thing and you make money. Okay, Page of Pentacles. So you're starting out small here, which is okay. You might still be a beginner, but you have that fire, that inspiration that we talked about earlier, to want to teach and show other people, because great deep changes are happening for you, the moon energy. Okay, Pisces, sometimes people call it Cancer, sometimes people call it Pisces. It's a water energy. I feel very receptive dreams happening here. Very big dreams that are showing you things, dreams that are teaching you lessons, dreams that are telling you a lot of the why some of the things have been happening. So I feel like there's sort of some revelations happening here too. I get deep concern about children in the month of July, about the direction, the way they're going, about how they're being treated. I feel like there may be an absent parent here too. Not gonna lie, I always have to talk about all the things I feel, and if you don't like that and it makes you uncomfortable to hear the truth, then this isn't the channel for you, because I get real sick of people saying I do this wrong or I do that wrong. I'm sorry, but if I see a straight, you know, bad thing happen, I'm just gonna say it. There could be some issues that are kind of the unknown with children that happen here, as I said before, but I feel that July is a place of getting back to like those kind of like wonders about life, wonders about childhood. I feel like there's exploring that happens here. There's traveling that happens here with the Six of Swords. One of the issues that you might run into may be around traveling. Maybe you need some paperwork, or you need some things. Maybe you don't have a real ID, or you need a passport. There could have been some things that were held up around that might free up, or it might still be a challenge throughout the month of July. But what's interesting about your biggest challenge is that, you know, it's moving on from something here. Like the Six of Swords is an interesting card. I believe this is Libra. So what this says is that there's something that's deeply emotionally embedded in you, and there might be fears that you're feeling or dealing with in July about moving on from something that might have to do with maybe, let's say, your identity, or the way you've always felt or thought about something. And this could be a little bit of a scary area, but I feel like many of you are starting to change. You're going through a powerful change, which has been starting in June, but is happening more so in July. This is getting more into your bones. So those of you who are working on manifestation and stuff, I feel like there's this sort of energy of you moving away from who you used to identify yourself as. This is actually an important component of manifestation. You can't get the things you want by being the person you always were. So I definitely feel like there's kind of this starter energy again with these pages. Pages represent youth, they represent children, they represent new beginnings, us learning things, us being in the stage of feeling like we're in baby steps, we're kind of walking through things, okay? So very interesting. There may be some fears here too, but I hardly feel that with the moon. I feel more this is about tapping into the intuition and really being in discovery for some of you about some of your gifts. You may be learning new gifts as well, like learning skills that help you open up your gifts. Now let me get into this. I want to dive a little bit deeper. I'm going to take a look at the relationship too. The relationship that you have here. 10 of Wands. Why is that here? Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Some of you have been dealing with some bullshit. There's definitely like a third-party energy happening here with the 3 of Pentacles. I also feel that you've been trying to make a relationship work that just hasn't really been working too well. It's been very heavy, or some of you have had the thought in your mind that you're dealing with a third-party relationship. I have the 2 of Cups with the Knight of Swords. This is the type of connection that happened really, really quickly between the 2 of you. And I'm curious now. Hold on a second. What's the 6 of Pentacles? Okay, give me another one for the Knight of Swords. I feel like this connection happened really fast between you and the person it happened with. And there's just a lot of confusion here. Okay, 7 of Cups. I kind of feel like when you first met this person, it seemed like it was great. Things moved really fast, but also with the 7 of Cups here, this talks about a lot of illusions or things seeming one way, this person seeming like the right person, seeming like the soulmate. However, you're finding out that this person is not the soulmate. I feel like this has been a very one-sided relationship. 4 of Cups with the Emperor. 6 of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an Aries here. I kind of feel like somebody's stuck somewhere emotionally on like maybe how this person used to be, how they used to give to you in the beginning, or how they were there for you and now they're not. They've become a little more selfish. They're very confusing. So a lot of you, I think, have been wondering if this person is in like dealing with somebody else, if there's a third-party relationship. Okay, talk to me about the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. You're finding this out, a 6 of Pentacles with the World. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. The Moon. Clarify the Moon. You've been sharing this person. Some of you are finding out you've been sharing this person. Definitely travel for many of you in July. I almost want to say you may have had plans with this person for traveling in July, and now things are up in the air because the way the relationship is connecting but kind of disconnecting in July. I feel that this person may try to give you some money or pay you back. If this is a friend, they're like paying you back for whatever this is, this trip or whatnot. But I do want to say this. I think your person is, I think for some of you, you have a person talking to somebody else. Give me Page of Swords, please. Oh, okay. So somebody here in July is finding out. Now I'm getting 3 parties. So it could be a third party that is finding out your person that they've been talking to online is, or just talking to, period, has you. So this may be something that you're unaware of. You may have had an inkling. I kind of feel like this person is now wanting to disconnect from your person, okay? Because they've found out that you exist. There's something around a trip, a vacation, traveling, something like that. I don't know if these two people met while you were traveling or they went away for something. However, I feel like they could be at a distance from your person too. It's giving, now that I know, I don't want to talk to you. High Priestess, 6 of Swords, Page of Swords. It's giving me the energy of like, now that I know, I'm going to move on from this, okay? I want to say too that there's something that I feel that you didn't know before that you're going to know in July, and it's going to help you to move on. And it may not just be from this particular connection, it may be from something else in your life, okay, Leo? But I feel like this could be an intuitive thing for you. Like maybe you've been really trying to use your intuition with this connection because it's left some questionable holes. It didn't used to be like this, but something shifted. It could have been like when you went on a vacation or when you traveled or they traveled, something like that. So it's leading you to this place where you're finally seeing something very clearly that you couldn't before. Hold on a second. Petunia, what are you doing? Yeah, the Hermit in reverse. As I'm going for the Six of Swords. Petunia, what are you doing? As I'm clarifying the Six of Swords, I'm getting Virgo, Hermit energy in reverse. The High Priestess says we already know, okay? We already know. We know we should move on. We know we should leave this thing behind. We know we should move forward. We've seen something. We've learned something here with that Page of Swords. Something's become uber clear. The truth is now out. The biggest challenge is the Hermit here being in reverse is something that we don't want to see it. We know it, but we don't want to see it. Okay? It's kind of like, you know, when you see an accident on the side of the road and you're like, I don't want to look at it, but you do because you're curious about it. This is kind of giving the same energy. It's wanting to move on, but also not wanting to necessarily know the truth or accept what the truth is. And I think July is going to be very much about accepting the truth of what something has been shown to you is, like the revelation of this, right? Whether this is a relationship, whether it is something personal to you, like some personal breakthrough that you're having, okay? So a very interesting kind of challenging moment here with somebody. And I want to see, you know, guys, I don't know what I put my cards in the other room. That's what's happening here. I put a bunch of cards in the other room because I'm doing a pick a card on my big table. And so that's why I keep looking for cards, because I have them sort of scattered everywhere. So what I want to do here is I want to look at the potential outcome of this. Potential outcome. Oh, that just fell right out before I could even shuffle. Justice. There's going to be a separation here, maybe even legally. And the advice, please. The advice for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The advice, Queen of Wands. Stay in your power. You know, don't compromise. Don't back down and compromise, or, you know, try to be a brick wall about it, right? There's an element about this relationship that's helping you to change so that you can be more confident. And be confident. Remember that you're beautiful, you're powerful, you're sexy, you're all the things, and that this isn't it. Like, this isn't the only person that you can get, okay? You're being asked to stay confident and stay positive and really step into that powerful version of yourself, because there's good and better things coming from this and happening for you. And I know how much it can feel like shit when everything's falling apart, but you know, this is the only way that we learn things, unfortunately, is when things feel challenging. Okay, so you're going to have to let go of any control, because a lot of this will not be within your power. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay? This kind of says you take the good and you take the bad. When we have something like the Justice card, Libra, there's a rebalance that's happening for you in July. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's going to take the removal of certain things for this to happen, right? Because we can be in good relationships and then we can find out that people aren't really who we thought they were. And I kind of feel like there's an element of this, okay? Your advice, Two of Swords clarifying the Queen of Wands. Don't let yourself overthink this too much. Don't let yourself get stuck. It is an important time for you, but keep pressing through, because there's something good that's going to happen for you. And trust me, Spirit knows how important these decisions are, or how important they feel to you. But, you know, change doesn't come if we can't make the important decisions, unfortunately, okay? Let's see what else we got for you. What else do we have for Leo, Sun, Rising, Venus? There's one card. Okay, healing heart, healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. Okay, abusive relationship, which kind of goes with that Aries energy. I would feel that more if it was in reverse. You may have somebody who's been, you know, controlling. It may have turned into something that felt very good and open into something more controlling, but that's this person's frustration building over them trying to keep up another connection with somebody else. And probably the fact that that person called them out and now they're pissed off because, you know, they're losing everybody. We have date, get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. So you could end up meeting somebody or wanting to go date. Maybe that's what your person was doing, like legit. These people be fucking doing crazy shit. All right, we have engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, partnership, union, completion. So you may have been engaged actually to this person. And last one, ship, cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression, and arriving. Okay. So I think you're moving on from this. I know that it feels big and it's important for you, because this was, you know, literally a about to be married, maybe committed relationship like that. Okay. Time to move forward. Time to move forward. All right. What do we have for Leo? Your closing message, it's okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on the truth. So listen, people are going to see the shit that they're going to see. Remember I said sometimes you got to block people and just get them the fuck out of your life? That's because at the end of the day, you can't control what people think. You can't control how they see things. Everybody is seeing and experiencing you and your life relative to how they're living their own. And that's what they're putting their judgment on. A lot of times people are not seeing us as we actually are. And sometimes we don't notice that people don't see us that way. So that could be a huge theme for you also in July, about finding the people who really see you as you are, not as they want to see you, okay? And it's all right if people don't fucking get you. Welcome to the club. You have signed up. Welcome to the club. You are here with me. People don't understand me and I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Because if I was here living my life for y'all, who knows what that life would look like. I wouldn't be happy, right? You got to do what is meant for you. All right. Last message for Leo. Close the chapter. Y'all, if y'all been playing with somebody and they've been playing with you, close the chapter. Close the chapter. It's time. All right, guys. It's time to shut some of these doors, babe, so you can blast off, right? Because, baby, our month starts soon. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Don't forget, give it a like, give it a sub. Love you. Bye.